with me. All I gotta do is now perform and stack up these fights. Today wasn't my best performance, you know. It is what it is. Today wasn't my best performance. I'm way better than that. My striking was world class, you know. And first time fighting at home. My last fight was in July, so I haven't been there in a while. Looking forward to being back quickly as possible, but happy to be on a great show.
And you got the interviews down, man. I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to have any questions because you just did such a good job answering that. But I wanted to start first with the fact that you got this opportunity on Unified. When did you find out it was going to be a looking for the fight? I know it adds a little bit more knowing that this is a pretty big event a day before UFC 297.
When did I start?
When did you find out Dana White was going to be part of looking for a fight?
My management offered me this. I was supposed to fight Nate Small in America for a promotion called 247 in November, and then the fight fell apart because of medicals. And then I heard Unified was going to throw a show in January. I reached out to Rob, and the management said, "Hey, we could fight him again, and this time Dana White's going to be in presence." And as soon as I heard Dana White, I said, "You know, I want to come out here and put on a great show." And I heard about my management in December, and then I took that opportunity.
What did you like about your performance tonight? You got the win, but kind of looking back, I know you're your biggest critic, but what do you take away the most?
My style is like style bender, you know. I'm very. I showed a lot of guys how predictable I am, and then I switch it up. You know, I've been doing Muay Thai since 2007. Dude, I have 40 Muay Thai fights professionally. I was on Team Canada for kickboxing. I fought in China. I fought in Mexico. I fought in States. I fought in Belarus. I fought in Russia. Right? I didn't really get to show all of my tools, and I think I did look over Nate Small a little bit. I thought I could run through him, but one thing that I respected that I didn't notice is his experience. I mean, he has 6 fights. This is my second MMA fight. Striking in Muay Thai is way different than MMA. You know, because there's takedowns, there's knees, and elbows. I just didn't get to show my full arsenal.
Sure. And is the goal this year, like you said, just racking up those fights, keeping active? What are your goals for
my goal this year?
Is a good start, obviously.
My goal this year is to contend this year. Rack up these fights, get a shot. I belong in this league, man. I'm one of the top prospects in Canada. Ask anybody, any gym you could go to, any top coaches. You know, Mike Malott seen me spar with seriously. Put on some great, give me some great feedback. Showed me some good. Mike Malott seen that to me.
Yeah.
That rings bells.
As good as gold.
I'm helping Sydney, and I'm grateful to be a part of the camp. He's 10 and 0. I'm 10 and 0. I'm preparing him and helping him. That this shows.
I gotta ask, Johnny from the Johnny I Pro Show. I gotta ask now. You said that you weren't fully satisfied with this fight, with your performance. What could you have changed if you could change anything?
I think going high-low with my strikes. You know, setting up my kicks and then going to the head, to the body, on the fence, turning and then using my knees and elbows a little bit. But just showing my full arsenal, putting it all together.
Ferdaws, obviously you said you've been training with Siri CD, and I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, Siri was that hot prospect in Canadian MMA. You know, you said this is your second pro fight. But what advice has Siri given to you as you're now continuing to make 2024 like a big year for you in MMA?
I think it just always supports me and tells me to stay patient and believe in myself, that I have the right skills and the talent. It's just to believe in myself and start racking up these fights.
And as well, you said, you know, you were training with Bo Nicola at Penn State. Do you still spend some time going to Penn State? Because I know a lot of Canadians do some crossover.
There's some water here that I could drink. So
I have this. You want to take it?
There you go.
So you take it.
So the way I met Bo is I trained with one of the best BJJ coaches in wrestling. His name is Isaac Willie from the Matt Factory. Matt Factory has produced a lot of fighters in the UFC and Bellator. Dominic Mazzota, one of the best bantamweights. Dalton Ross, Cody Law, Chris Dempsey. If you know, you guys all new supporters. You guys know who they are. Yeah. But he used to train Bo when Bo started doing MMA and Jiu-Jitsu. So I got to go and train at Bo's gym at American Top Team. Obviously, he's a bigger dude. He's a middleweight and I'm a bantamweight. So I got to train along with him at his gym. and I got to hang out with Roman Bravo Young.
Yeah.
I stayed with him a couple of nights. I stayed with him. He showed me this training center. I went to Penn State. I was helping him a little bit, getting ready for the UFC Fight Pass against Alex Perez. And when I went to Penn State, I saw the degree of wrestling. That's when I'm like, damn, there's this another level. So being around those guys, you just see what the best do, how they train, how they operate, the mindset, and just being around Bo is just like, it's like crazy energy. Like the way he trains, the way, and obviously I'm signed under the same management as him, the restaurant management, so it's great to be around him and just learning from him mindset, and then the coaches that he has at the Happy Valley, they also help me out getting ready for a couple more fights. So I'm grateful for the opportunity.
And as well, I see the Afghani flag around your neck. What does it mean to you to represent that country as well as Canadian MMA?
When I started MMA, I wanted to be at least one of the top 5 Afghans to be in the UFC. First one was Shahar Bahadurzada. Second one was Nasrat Haqparast. The third, fourth was the Bashar brothers. I want to be the 5th or 6th Afghan in the UFC. I got inspired with Shahar Bahadurzada. I still keep in touch with him and I talk to him. I grew up in Afghanistan. I was 3 years old. I migrated because of the war. I migrated with my parents for 2 weeks. We passed through Iran, Pakistan, India, and made it to Russia. So I migrated from my home and migrated to Russia, and I lived in Russia for about 10 years. And after living in Russia, starting martial arts, I got denied to be citizens in Russia, so I came to Canada, you know, and this means a lot to me, you know. I want to inspire the new generation and to show my people that it doesn't matter where you come from, you know, it matters who you choose to be. So I'm grateful to showcase and to inspire the young generation.
Awesome. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.